Well, good morning and many thanks for allowing me to be part of your Sunday morning this morning. This is really an invitation to join us this afternoon at 3 o'clock when I'm going to look a bit more closely at the Gospel Hall in New Cumnock in this very interesting section here in Luke's Gospel in chapter 5, where the Lord Jesus Christ meets one of the many nameless individuals that he encounters in his life and ministry. It's a person who's very much on the periphery of society, an outcast, someone that is one of the untouchables, a leper. And this individual, his life is utterly and dramatically transformed. So Luke chapter 5 and verse number 12 says, "And it came to pass when he," that is the Lord Jesus, "was in a certain city, behold, a man full of leprosy, who seeing Jesus fell on his face and besought him, saying, Lord, if you will, you can make me clean." And we do look to God to bless his word. It's very interesting that in the Bible, that whilst there are many diseases, in fact one of the recent classifications of diseases lists 70,000 different diseases that are known to humanity. Out of all of them, only one of them is identified specifically in the Old Testament, and only one of them appears in the various instructions given to the priest, and that's leprosy. God for some reason has a deep interest in leprosy. And I suppose when you look at the leper, you can maybe just begin to understand why that is. The leper is a person who's very much on the outside of society. You would immediately be able to identify the leper. His face was thickened and mottled, his hands possibly with digits missing. He would wear a mask and he would cry, "Unclean, unclean." He in a sense was living a death and dying a life. And the way that people reacted to the lepers in those days was in many ways the same as the way that God would look upon us, as he would see us as corrupted by sin and separated from himself. In a sense, our relationship to the leper is very much similar to the relationship that God would have with a fallen humanity. Men and women who are dead, says the Bible, in trespasses and sins. It's a pitiful and a dramatic and a tragic picture. But you know, Luke chapter 5 is a section that's absolutely brimming full of hope. For here's an unnamed individual, probably a person who Luke never knew the name of, a person who was unidentified. And yet this individual represents the transforming power of Jesus Christ in the broken life that is ours. And here's an individual, a leper, and he comes to the Lord Jesus. There are some great things about being a leper, right enough. This man has no reputation to stand upon. He's got no reputation to keep. He's got no pride that he has to keep up appearances about. He's an individual who is desperate for hope, and who, when he glimpses hope in the person of the Lord Jesus, he casts himself upon the Lord Jesus Christ, who seeing Jesus fell on his face and besought him, saying, Lord, if you will, you can make me clean. Here's a man who knows what he is and where he is, broken, outcast, dying, and he sees one glimmer of light at the end of the tunnel, and it's in the person of God's Son, the only person that can truly help a leper, because no one in the Bible had truly been cleansed from leprosy since the days of Moses. And now he sees his opportunity and he grasps it. He casts himself on the Lord Jesus Christ with one of those great cries that you find in the Bible, "You can make me clean." And as you go through the Bible, there are these desperate cries that humanity sends up to God. "Have mercy upon me, Lord, save me." And hear the leper, "You can make me clean." Or what about the thief on the cross? "Remember me when you come into your kingdom," just moments before his death. It's that sense of desperate need and desperation and simple trusting faith, resting in the person of the Lord Jesus, that brings about a radical change and transformation of a man dead into life, a man who is a living death, who is a dying life, becoming a transformed creature. And the dramatic transformation of that man's life is seen round about. Many hear about the Lord Jesus and they come to him. What tremendous hope there is in the person of the Lord Jesus. A man, of course, who not only is able to heal and not only able through these Gospels to transform lives that are broken by disease, but as we come to the end of Luke's Gospel, we find that man, Jesus Christ, is the eternal Son of God, who offers up a sacrifice not only for those that are diseased and dying, but for those that are sinners and facing the eternal judgment of God in heaven. He's the one who's able to save, he's the one who's able to transform lives, and he's the one who gives the invitation. Come unto me, all you who labour and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. The same one who gave the invitation to Nicodemus over in John chapter number 3, that God loved this world so much that he gave his one and only Son, that whosoever believes in him need not perish but have everlasting life. Many thanks for being with us this morning. And remember, this afternoon, 3 o'clock, we're going to have a look at that section in a bit more detail. It'd be great to see you there at the Gospel Hall in Newcombe. Many thanks.